Hello everyone and welcome back to Farm Center 22. We're back here on Elm Creek with Grober Games. As you can see, we did a little time job. We went through the winter months and we made quite a decent amount of money. We made about $10,000 off selling all the produce. And last month we actually sold some of our first produced sunflower oil. And we made about 34-ish grand off that, including the environmental score bonus. So that's not too bad. So we're sitting about a little under 135,000. We're sitting a little under $135,000. So I think we're sitting pretty good. So I finally decided. I made up my mind about the whole cotton ordeal, and I decided we're gonna have to let it go. We can't afford to really. Oh, I'll show you here. It'll be easier for me to explain. So basically, if we went with what I was originally planning was to plant all cotton, we wouldn't be able to like keep our our oil mill busy. Like even right now, we're gonna run out of work for it to do. So I decided the smartest thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna plant sorghum where we can, and we might actually double crop sorghum. Well, actually no, we won't have to double crop sorghum. So basically, we're gonna plant sorghum, and I'm gonna plan on getting it harvested right away, and then we're gonna drill canola right down afterwards. That's the plan right now. So that way we can produce some of our own canola oil as well, and then we'll have the sunflower. By the time we get the sunflower oil in there, or sunflower seeds in there to start producing sunflower oil, we should be getting like pretty close to getting rid of all the canola, or I shouldn't say getting rid of the canola oil. We won't even be able to harvest canola till next year. I don't know what I'm saying right now. My mind is thinking too far ahead right now. So, and I figured we already burned through all the cotton we got through helping the neighbors. So we're gonna since we can just keep it steadily busy with wool, I think we're gonna be fine there. We're not gonna be making as much off as fabric as we used to be, but at least we're still gonna be making fabric and keeping that business open, so to speak. But my big plan for today is after the rain stops, we got some sheep to sell as well. So we're going to get those all loaded up and sold. I wanted to wait until they reproduce until we got some more, a little bit closer to puberty, so that way we can keep producing wool at a good pace. But we got about 24 sheep to sell, and I'm planning for us to pick up a new field today. And I was talking with Johnson's Farmer Market over this winter, and they were wondering if we could bring in a little bit more wool again. And I noticed that we're getting kind of low here for our own spinnery. So I told him I would see what I can do and spare what I could, just so we don't shoot ourselves in the foot and then be out of product for our own spinnery. So as of right now, we got that all loaded up, ready to go, just because I think it might be nice for us to get a little bit of cash boost as well. And I'm thinking, after we get the sheep sold, I might look into picking up another new field for this year. And I haven't really taken a deep look into any of the fields yet, because I think we're only going to make around we're going to make around like $24,000 here. And I kind of would like to buy field 52, but my thinking is that I would like to plow it, expand it as well, and then get all the rocks picked up out of it. And I don't know if we'll be able to do that. I think it's already planted as well. Let's see here. Yeah, it's already planted as well, so I might hold off on that. I kind of almost would rather pick up fields that have not been planted yet. So, like, for example, maybe 53, or I don't think 55 has been really planted. I think that's just... Oh, it has been planted, so never mind about that. But even like field... Oh, let's look at the soil maps here. That's kind of the biggest deciding factor right now. But the issue is, yeah, so that's what I was afraid of. A lot of the fields that are around us they're good sized fields, but they are not great soil wise. The only one that is great soils wise is 52. The good thing about that though, if we did pick 52 up and just decided to wait to expand it till next year, which I might lean towards, is I'm pretty sure it's already got canola in it. Yeah. So we could almost probably just go that route instead. And I think all we'll have for sunflowers fields this year, coming year, is 50 and 46, 45, 46, which isn't much, but it'll get us by. But we'll have a lot of sorghum between the other fields as well. So maybe we'll just end up picking up field 52 just because it does have the better soil typing on it for us, so we can profit more off it. And we could just always expand the field next year or this fall, because we'll have plenty of time. We'll have plenty of time, especially if it's sorghum in there. We'll be able to get in there right after we get it harvested, and we'll be pretty much set there, so to speak, I guess. Oh, let me get these eggs moved here quick this morning. But maybe that's what we'll do, and that'll leave us with a. I think that'll leave us with a good amount of chunk of cash that we won't have to be scrambling and get a bunch of contracts and other things done. And if something comes up for the used market, that we might be able to afford as well. Nothing really came up over the winter. There was a grain truck I thought that popped up, and I thought about getting rid of the wagons for it. But I kind of want to hang on to the Kilbros wagons yet. I don't feel like we had the need to buy a straight grain truck, so to speak. So I think we're gonna hang on to the Kilbros wagons. I think in the future I am gonna plan on either picking up a set of J&Ms or maybe almost getting into the ditch there, or maybe a set of what were they? A set of Brent wagons. But that's kind of later on in the future. We're kind of still sitting at the point where when we're harvesting grain, the 2 Kilbros wagons are kind of more than enough for our farm as well. But right now, like I said, I think it's going to be the best call for us is not to do cotton on everything. I think the best thing is just for us to keep hoping that our neighbors might need our help later on, and we might be able to benefit from getting some cotton from basically helping them harvest it. So we'll just keep holding out for that. But the little bit of boost of cotton we got from last fall, it will definitely help us out. But we're gonna jump into the time lapse here. The only other thing I guess we're gonna try to get done today as well is if we get that new field, I'm planning to try to get it limed and fertilized as soon as the sun comes out, and we're gonna get all our sunflowers in the ground, which shouldn't take us that long, especially with our 12-row planter. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. Like you already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. Something about
All right, everyone, this is where we're going to be wrapping up today's episode. We got quite a few tasks done today. We got two major fields fertilized for our neighbors to get a little extra cash back in after buying all the seed and fertilizer for us so far this season. I think we're probably gonna need another 1,500 liters just for our own fields, I'm guessing, this year. And we got ourselves a new field picked up. We got it limed, soil sampled, and we got it fertilized, so that's good to go. I noticed that the neighbors must have fertilized it themselves, and I didn't realize that. But we went out there with our crop sensor. It was kind of interesting how they must have not... They could have hired... Well, I guess I'm thinking back now. They never really hired us for the service to go out and fertilize, and you could tell when we went out there with our sensor during the video that there were some places in that field that the fertilizer was definitely a little over applied, so it's gonna probably mess with our yield a little bit. I'm hoping not too much though, and it's probably it's not gonna be the worst thing in the world, I guess. But you know, we are gonna be sitting. I think we're gonna be sitting pretty good. We got one canola field, so we'll be able to see how much it actually yields. Because I've actually, so far, I realized between both my series I've been doing, I haven't done any field in canola. Not that I can think of right now, to be honest with you. But I think next month we'll be working hard to get all the sorghum planted and such, and getting that ready to go. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we'll be doing next month. I mean, the only other things we'll probably have to catch up on is fertilizing the sunflowers and getting the weed control taken care of out there as well. But I also just realized we still got fabric. We'll have fabric to sell at some point this summer. And I'm thinking a little bit further ahead right now. So so let me start over. I think the best route for us is to kind of find the more optimal fields for us, so to speak. Like, I know it'd be really easy and convenient for us to buy all the fields right next to us, but I want to maximize the profit the best we can, so to speak. Just with finding good ground with good soil types on it for us. So I was sitting here thinking, because I have spent quite a bit of time like staring at this map and looking at what fields to buy next, and I kind of want to buy 37, 36 down here next, and just make both the fields the same crop. I might actually like to, if we buy it, we might take out that roadway there, just because I don't think there's really any neighbors that use it, to be honest with you. Because we can just cut across here from our driveway here, hit the blacktop, and just head on down this dirt road here to get to it. And if we do that, maybe we'll extend the field all the way out to here and just extend it all together. It'll probably look a little goofy, but I'm kind of wondering if it'd just be easier to just go straight across here, forget about that little square, leave that little square for if we decide to come around here with the header trailer and put it on over here, just because we'll have more space and setup to kind of put everything there. But maybe we'll just leave the two fields separate the first year or two and see how that goes, because I honestly think that's going to be our next purchase. I mean, granted, we could go over here and buy these for like $6,000-$7,000 less a hectare acre, but I think that's going to be our next field right over here. And we could almost buy 55 too at this rate. Or, no, yeah. We could almost buy 55 too. It's not a terrible field, but I'm setting my sights on 36, 37. Like I said, it's be kind of out of the way, but you know what? Just that the soil value, I think, is going to pay for itself for buying any of these other fields here. Oh, yeah. I think that's going to be the smartest choice. But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe so you can stay up to date to the latest series. Above all else, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. And most of all, thanks for watching.